What's up, awesome YouTubers? Ryan1988 or Justin back here to do a video for you guys, and today I'm here to talk about my top 10 favorite horror movie remakes as of 2019. Now, this list does change, obviously. Sometimes I rewatch remakes that I enjoy more than others, so it does change a little bit. And also remakes come out that I might love and that might make my top 10. But I'm going to do my top 10, but before I get started on that, there's a couple other things I want to talk about when it comes to remakes. First of all, I've decided to do this video now, being that we've had a couple remakes, or we have a couple remakes coming out within the year. Pet Sematary just came out. I found it enjoyable overall. Not the greatest, not the worst, but it could have been a lot better. And we have Child's Play coming out in June, which a lot of people are mixed on. Some people are excited for it, some aren't. I personally can't wait to see it. I'm going in open-minded. I'm not hyping myself up, I don't want to do that, but I am going in open-minded. And I was really impressed with the two trailers that we had. So definitely check out the Child's Play trailer, the newest one that just came out today. I was impressed by it, so hopefully you guys are. And let's get started with this video. Now, the first couple things I'm going to talk about, one is going to be remakes that, you know, could be in my top 10, but I've never seen the originals. And there's one other remake that I almost put in my top 10, but didn't, being that it is a two-parter movie, and part 2 hasn't come out yet. And the first movie was a TV remake, so technically this is the first theatrical film of this Stephen King adaptation. And of course, that one I'm talking about is It. Now, I love this movie. It is, you could call it a remake, you know, but it's its own movie, being that this is the first theatrical It movie that we've had. Of course, we have the TV movie that came out, which is a classic. I love that. I love this movie, and I'm looking forward to It Chapter 2, but I did not put it in my top 10 for a couple of reasons. Like I said, this is the first time we're seeing It as a theatrical movie, and I gotta see It Chapter 2 before I can call it a, you know, full-on remake, I guess. So, but yeah, It, love that movie still. The other three movies, I love these. These are remakes to other films, but I've never seen the original movies. So, The Fly, The Blob, and John Carpenter's The Thing. You know, technically, yes, they are remakes. I've never seen the originals. I usually put top 10 remakes together when I've seen the originals. That way I can compare the original to the remake. So I've never seen the original movies of these. I gotta give them a watch at some point. And the last thing I want to do before I get into my top 10 is do some honorable mentions. And I got about 7 here. I went a little crazy, but I enjoy all these remakes. So, the first one is Piranha. Love that movie. Actually like it better than the original. Another one I like better than the original, and it kind of had more of a serious tone to it, is Mother's Day. Love this remake. So good. Very underrated. The Hitcher. Then we got the 1990s Night of the Living Dead, directed by Tom Savini, and the 2003-2004 Dawn of the Dead, directed by Zack Snyder. A remake that gets a lot of hate, but I personally really enjoy it, Nightmare on Elm Street. And another remake that, you know, some people know about and some people don't, but that is Silent Night. It's a loosely based remake to the Silent Night Deadly Night. So those are just some honorable mentions, guys. I love them all, and, you know, they're in my top 20s, obviously. So let's get started with my top 10. I cannot speak. I did not put these in any order. All you need to know is the movies I'm going to talk about from now on are in my top 10. So the first movie is The Town That Dreaded Sundown. Now, this could be considered a sequel as well. I consider it a remake. Love The Town That Dreaded Sundown. I usually watch this movie 2 or 3 times a year, so love this movie. It's one of my go-to remakes, sequels, whatever you want to call it. The Hills Have Eyes, absolutely love this movie. So good, in my opinion, and in my opinion, better than the original. Just watched this one the other night, still love this movie. House on Haunted Hill. Absolutely love that. In my opinion, again, better than the original. That's no disrespect to Vincent Price's movie. I enjoy that one as well. But I just have so much fun with the remake. This is one of the remakes that really took me by surprise because one, I'm not the biggest fan of, the biggest fan of the original movie, but I was kind of skeptical going into this movie, being when I heard what they were doing with it, I wasn't sure if it was going to work. Turned out it worked awesome. That is a Maniac remake. Love that. A movie that gets a lot of hate, but I love it, and I had so much fun seeing this movie in theaters. The Friday the 13th remake. You can also call it maybe a sequel, maybe it's in its own universe. I don't know. It's a remake in my opinion still. One of the best remakes, if not the best remake of last year, if not the only remake, and that is Suspiria. Love Suspiria. I know, again, it's got its mixed fan base. You either love it or hate it. I love this movie, and for me, yes, it's almost 3 hours long, but it goes by quick for me. I'm interested from beginning to end. I love this remake as well, and, well, I love all my top 10 remakes, but I love this movie, and what's funny is, this movie, even though it's not as good as the first movie, it's grown on me over and over throughout the years. That is the Texas Chainsaw Massacre remake. Now, I was not a big fan when I first saw this movie, but it's gotten better over time, and I love it. A remake that is underrated. It has its cult following, but in my opinion, it's the better of the remakes that came out in 2009, and that is My Bloody Valentine 3D. Love this movie. I go back and forth. Do I like the original or do I like the remake more? Another remake that gets a lot of hate, but I've always loved this movie. It is always going to be in my top 10. That is Rob Zombie's Halloween. Now, this movie does have some problems, and rewatching it over the years, I do see those problems. But I still love it. It's so good in my opinion. I might like it better than the new one. Don't hate on me for that, but I love Halloween. And the last movie in my top 10 favorite remakes is a very underrated one, and I wish I would have saw this movie in theaters. That is Sorority Row, and this is a remake like The Hills Have Eyes and some other ones I prefer over the original. Now, I love the original movie. It is one of my favorite 80s slasher movies, one of my favorite slasher movies, period. I love Sorority Row, though. This is just a good time of a movie. If you want to put on a really fun slasher movie, put on Sorority Row. Fun characters you don't like, but you truly love them in some ways. I just love it. Love Sorority Row. So if you've not checked it out, definitely do so. Anyway, guys, that is going to be my video for today. I'm sorry it went by quick, but I try to get these videos done in a good, timely manner. That way you're not bored with them. But let me know what your guys' favorite remakes are. I would love to know down below in the comments. Hope you guys enjoyed my video, and let me know what you think of the Child's Play remake. I'm personally excited for it. I can't wait to see it. I'm hoping it's good. I'm not hyping myself up. I just want to go into the movie open-minded and see what it's like. So, I did leave out some other remakes I like to mention, though. The Omen remake, I'm a big fan of that, but I haven't seen that movie in a very long time. And House of Wax, which technically, in my opinion, is more of a remake to Tourist Trap. But I love the 2005 House of Wax movie. So anyway, guys, you guys are awesome. You guys rock. In with a positive, out with a negative. And like always, go eat some Skittles. Alright, guys. Bye.